Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ladies, gentlemen, gamers, and fellow Genshin Impact lovers and haters, welcome back to another Genshin reaction video. So this is going to be one of the rare ones I make, one of the rare reactions for Genshin, which, ironically enough, isn't a hate video and isn't a 5-star video, it's a 4-star video. And why? Despite my capybara blocking it, we are going over today Iansan. So Iansan is the newest 4-star that is coming with the newest banner with Verisa, the cowgirl, and usually we'd react to the cowgirl, but there's a special reason why I want to react to Iansan today. First, we're going to see if the 4-star trailers are as good as the 5-star ones, or if they switched it up. Normally, these are shit, but, I guess we'll just reconfirm if it's shit or not. Aside from that, though, we're also going to talk about Iansan, which is the main reason why I want to make this video, because she is actually a little bit special. And I want to clear up some confusion because some people are clickbaiting titles and thumbnails and perpetrating the wrong information. So before I say anything, let's watch the trailer and see what we think. Oh, this is shorter too, but oh my god, look at this shit. Ooh, she's working out.
Always been a big part of my tribe's culture.
The collective of plenty.
To each other as a friendly
oh
gesture.
yeah, we flex on each other.
You call yourself a fitness coach around here.
You gotta be the strongest, yup. She got teased in fucking like Mondstadt, man. Oh, look at that shit. This is so funny too, because it's so misleading. Wow. Ooh, she's gonna kick you. Ooh. Whoa. They did give her unique attack animations, which I will give them. Oh my god, she's drinking the cola. That's not healthy. That's not healthy.
Quite hit your reps for today. Come on, one more set.
Oh no. Okay, interesting. So a couple of things I want to clear up too, because again, there's a lot of misconceptions, I think, perpetrated not only by other content creators, but also by Hoyo themselves with these trailers. First thing I want to note out, right? This movement speed, this running, it is not as fast as you think. When I went to lose the testing for this and he showed how fast Iansan runs, which I think I actually missed it, here it is. When he showed how fast she runs at the Mondstadt Bridge, she only really beat Zhongli by like, I think 2 seconds. And Zhongli's just regular sprinting. So her sprint really is not all that. It looks cute as shit though, I will say that. It looks funny as fuck. But in terms of like speed and mobility and movement, she's not a 5-star, so they were never going to give her good mobility in the first place. So that's kind of dead in the water. But aside from that, one of the biggest reasons that people are really hyping up Iansan, and I'm not going to lie, there is a reason to be hyped, but we have to temper our expectations here. It's the fact that Iansan is basically the next best Bennett. Now, what do I mean by that? When I really thought about this and when I looked at her kit and I understood it, it basically really is just like a little bit worse Bennett. And I don't understand, number one, why they haven't made a 5-star Bennett yet. This is where in all the games to be greedy and money grubbing, which they've shown with the Malvik and Salali banner that they want to be. I don't understand why they give us a 4-star that's actually still decently good. Not Bennett good, but decently good. And I don't know why they haven't released a 5-star one yet. But either way, she is basically the next best thing after Bennett. She almost works exactly the same too. Her skill increases her damage. With Bennett, you use the skill mainly to just get energy back and like to maybe apply pyro, maybe. But you're basically going to use the skill on both her and Bennett for different reasons. Her, it's actually even more important, I would say. And then their ults both give you attack damage on your kit. Now, Bennett gives a shit ton of healing, but you can't heal to full. But it's consistent healing, but you have to stay in the circle. Iansan's one is kind of the opposite. It frees you from the circle, and to extend it, you have to move around, as is with her lore, which I think is actually pretty funny and or not convenient, but it works pretty well with her lore. It makes sense, right? She's a fitness coach, you have to move around. So the more you move around, the more the ult buff lasts longer because she gets Night Soul points with that. But they basically provide the same thing, and I think if you consume Night Soul points, the character gets healed, but the healing is pretty wiener. But there is healing there, similar to Bennett. But in the exact opposite sense, with Bennett, you want to stay in the same place. With Iansan, you want to move around. I think Iansan's might give more damage. I don't know if it's restricted to only one character. I think it's any character on the field. Excuse me, but you do have to move around. In a lot of ways, she's basically a side grade to Bennett. If you don't have Bennett, you could definitely use her. And if you do have Bennett and you want another mini Bennett on your other team, you could use her as well in late game content. I'm actually very shocked that they're doing this, and it's very welcome. And especially as a 4-star, this is where I can almost say nothing bad about this at all because it's a 4-star. It's not as good as Bennett in my opinion, but almost as good. So it's very easily accessible and it's very good. And I'm just shocked Hoyo did this, but doesn't fix the other problems in the fucking game. But either way, this is where Iansan's pretty cool, and it's just sad, right? Because at the end of the day, what this really reminds me of is Iansan looked like a fighter, right? When we first saw that teaser for her all the way back in Mondstadt, literally this pose right here. It's this pose which is her picture for her banner. Right here, she's making like the same pose, except she looked ready for fucking war. I didn't expect we were getting a silly fitness coach, and I think overall that's just kind of, if we're getting to the rant part of the video here, I think that's kind of just the tragedy of Natlin. A lot of the characters, I guess, were not what we were expecting. Natlin was the nation of war and of dragons. Dragons, I don't know if you want to count the weekly boss as one, but I guess that's one. And then war, I mean, a war happened, but it's not really the warring nation I thought. They were in constant war, sure, but they're really just like kind of happy-go-lucky, chill people. Really not the warring nation I thought they would be, especially with the Archon. They're all just nice as is with classic Genshin characters. So overall, that's kind of just what I feel about Nalan. I heard Shinazunai is going to be delayed by a year. Who the fuck knows? Iansan is funny, to kind of get back to the topic of this video, and she's really good. She's not as good as Bennett, I don't think. I'm not too sure on the numbers, but she's a pretty good side grade. She's almost as good as Bennett for different reasons. But either way, that's going to be it. I hope everyone enjoyed. These trailers are still not as good as 5 stars, so we know that still. Although, at this point, as with most things in the game, I don't expect anything to change. But either way, until we quit it, I hope everyone enjoyed, and I hope you watch me at Twitch TV/Tecnics channel if you want more.